Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters, if you may be listening. Thanks for tuning in to another dialogue with the Raw, the Real, and the Red Pill. And on this specific sit-down, I just wanted to discuss some things, primarily revisiting the Deep Ellum, Texas beatdown of the black nigga bitch. And I think I'm going to title this video, Filter the Narrative, okay? Filter the narrative. Don't allow the media, and damn sure don't allow these women to force feed you a narrative. You, as a man, and presumably an alpha male, okay? Because I think very highly of my subscribers. You know, you have the ability to be cognitive, to think for yourself, you know, and you should exercise this. Otherwise, you're just another fish in the school of fish. You're just another brain-dead zombie that essentially automatically makes you a beta male because you're being told your perception. You're being told how to look at something. You're being told how to chew, digest, and swallow any narrative that is given unto you. Okay? Any bit of information, you got to look at it like, let's make a metaphor of water, okay? Fuck it, let's go with tap water. And we'll symbolize that water as the narrative, okay? We know that the media is owned by Jews. We understand that the media pushes a certain matriarchal agenda to feminize the men, to empower the woman. It's all systemic, okay? We understand this, that it's feminist media, and it's actually getting old and it's getting washed up. Men are getting tired of this shit. So it's going to boil over. But to get back to the metaphor, you have this tap water. Me personally, I don't drink that shit. There's all types of gender-bending chemicals and lead. I know in Washington, D.C., they had a huge problem with the lead in the water. And, you know, I believe it was purposefully done, you know, to have negative effects on the intended demographic that was consuming this water, you know. But as I said, this water symbolizes the information, okay? The narrative, okay? What you have to do is get you a pure or a Brita filter or some type of filter. And that filter will be the mind of your own. It will be synonymous with having a mind of your own. And you have to filter out the impurities and all the bullshit that you do not want to ingest. Because what happens when you ingest it? It begins to alter you. It begins to poison your vessel, okay? And metaphorically speaking, what society at large, Western, American, Babylonian society at large wants you to do, black male, my black brothers, my Hebrew brothers, what they want you to do is to just open wide and ingest every narrative that they throw at you, okay? And for the simps and the beta males, this plan works. And what it essentially does is poison their mind. You know, that lead in the narrative is blinding them, is causing brain damage, and eventually these people can no longer think for themselves, okay? Okay? We got to filter the narrative. And with that being said, with that little metaphor that I came up with on the fly, which most of my material is a rant, and, you know, just I come up with it on the fly most of the time. I say that to say this. Looking into not just the Texas beatdown of the armed white man who possibly may be a racist, beating on this black woman, because what the narrative that the media is feeding you and what the matriarchy in general is feeding you, what your woman is feeding you, is that this is a racist attack. When the Chinese men beat these black women in these nail salon shops and in these weave stores where they buy their weave, beauty supply stores and things of that nature. They classify kind of the same ordeal, that is some type of bias or racism involved. And with that being said, I'm going to throw one more metaphor, and it's not a personal preference. It's not a personal identity. I don't personally identify, pardon that. I don't personally identify with this metaphor as a factual ideology that I actually believe in, but just for demonstration purposes, okay? Let's say I like cats, okay? And I don't like dogs, okay? I hate dogs. There's some people who favor cats over dogs, correct? Okay. And I'm outside one day, and this person is walking their dog, and their dog begins barking, foaming at the mouth. The owner has no control over this dog. They're not curbing their animal. And the dog nips at me and tries to bite me. Would I be wrong if I pulled out a .45 caliber 1911 and put about 4 rounds into that dog at the time where I feel threatened? Yes or no? To each his own, okay? And of course, we're going to consider this in a natural environment without any rule of law, no animal protective laws involved. I'm just saying in general, okay? And if I was to put this animal to death, or fuck it, we don't even gotta say shoot the dog. Kick the shit out of this dog. Kick it in his face as hard as I can, or in his ribs, attempting to break ribs and put this dog to heel. You understand? To eliminate the threat, okay? The best of my ability, okay? Now, what the narrative of the person who may only know one particular thing about me being that guy who injured my dog, he only liked cats and he doesn't like dogs. What this person may try to do to gain some type of clout to whomever is receiving the unfiltered information may come to believe that I did this only because I don't like dogs. But the entire reality is that this untamed dog did something to make me react a certain way. Okay? Cause and reaction, solution. Okay? And this is what we gotta consider. Granted, I think that white dude was a racist, Who's to say he's not fond of black people, let alone the black woman? And the black woman has done a very superb job of running her image into the ground and wearing this as a badge of honor. All the things that are foul and disgusting and uncivilized and unruly and unmoral and holds no virtue, black women seem to be the only woman in the world to put this over their left, this badge of honor over their left breast and walk around with their chest poked out. Want an example? Cardi B. All you got to do is look at who is the marketed people towards black women. What is the market for black women? Okay? Hair weave, makeup, indecent entertainers, the twerking culture. It's no need to really get to, being difficult, being a bitch, being unruly. Black women are the biggest feminists, man. And there's absolutely, in 2019, black women have lost all femininity about themselves. They've replaced femininity with hypersexualization. And it's two completely different things. And they pride themselves. It's a trend right now where these women are like doing really grimy, fucked up shit, and they're saying, "Oh, she's savage level 100." You know what I mean? Oh, I'm savage. No, you're not savage. You're just a whore. Okay? And the world looks at you like that. You're not savage for dating or having sex with two different men and trying to take them for their resources. And then, causing these men to eventually, simp out and go at each other's neck. You're not savage for that. You're evil for that. Okay? But the black woman has lost that line of virtue because it wasn't instilled in them. Because honestly, they're just a regurgitation of their mothers. And the mothers are the regurgitation of their mothers. This has been going on for a couple generations now. And the chickens have come home to roost, and we see the outcome of it. And we're seeing what society at large is doing about it. Okay? And back to this beatdown in I think it's Deep Ellum, Texas. I just covered a video on it. A few other brothers did as well. But, the narrative that we're being fed is that, this guy, racist white man, beats up black woman. It's a race thing. It's a race thing. It's a race thing. Don't get me wrong. Out of all people, the raw, the real, the red pill understands white supremacy. The raw, the real, the red pill understands racism. I understand it. How could I not? I understand it to the level where I understand that our own women are racist. Because they hold hands with the motherfuckers who oppress us, okay? Systemically, and at certain points in time and today, and definitely in the past, in history, physically, okay? So the raw understands this, so don't get it twisted, okay? But when you analyze this video, man, and this will shed light into understanding on the dog metaphor I gave, not too long ago. I don't believe that this white man beat the shit out of this black nigger bitch because he was a racist. No. I don't think it had anything to do with her even... Well, it might have something to do with her being black, but primarily, I believe if it was a white woman, he probably would have beat the shit out of her too. He just wasn't taking no shit. But I do believe, I'm not going to lie, it might have something, because when it's a black woman, it's kind of a game changer a little bit, because you're kind of dealing with the lowest of the low socially. Even though she thinks quite the contrary, that's neither here nor there. We know what time it is, as well as the rest of the world. We're in Realville here. What this black woman... Okay, we're gonna analyze the situation. Okay, I stated my claim. This wasn't a racist attack. It just wasn't. Okay, what it was a dumb drunk bitch. Probably left the club. Probably sucked some dick in the bathroom. Whatever these dumb drunk nigger bitches do in the club. Have sex in the club, claim to be raped, and enter a twerk contest. We've seen it all from you women. Okay. And the black male community, we're fucking sick of this shit, man. This is why the raw, the real, the red pill is screaming, stand down. Let these bitches die. Because there has to be a purge. And I'm going to get into that. Okay? But I'm going to continue ranting on the topic that I'm going to try to continue to connect the dots on where I am right now. Okay? What we had here was a drunk woman around 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure she has children. Because she looks of that age, there's no way that she cannot be a single mother, okay? Who was watching her children at this time, who knows? But maybe she doesn't have children, but I'm willing to bet that she does, okay? Because she looked like she's hitting the wall. She looked like she has hit the wall, and, she probably more than likely has a few illegitimate children, okay? And she went out and got drunk. Not only did, look, we're all going to keep it real. I don't drink anymore these days. But there was a period in time where I was getting a pint of Jameson every day after work and, driving 60 miles home through down BW Parkway into Washington, D.C. in rush hour traffic, then into Virginia. This is a daily routine. So, I don't condone drinking and driving, but come on, we'll keep it real in the brotherhood. It's not for everybody. I'll just put it like that. And it wasn't for her. Because what happened next is that she was driving up the one way, the wrong way. I believe there's a rapper by the name of 2 Chainz. You know, a simple nigga who has a song with the lyrics that go something along those lines. Going down the one way, the wrong way. She was probably listening to that song. But that's exactly what the case was. Okay? We all been in road rage situations. When somebody's wrong, they're fucking wrong. But we all know that black women are not good at admitting that they're wrong, or even realizing or having any self-reflection to exemplament or exude that they may be wrong in any way about anything. It always has to be someone else's fault. She was with another person while driving 4 a.m, drunk. God knows where she was going up the one way, the wrong way. Okay? And she got into an altercation with this white male. Granted, he may not like black women, but he has a legitimate reason to possibly be upset, because if you're going down the street and you see a drunk asshole coming up the wrong side of the street and possibly almost colliding into your vehicle, you know, that's something that you could possibly legitimately be a little upset about, you know, and let alone this person gets out and talks shit to you. You know, that's just a whole nother story if they're coming out talking shit to you. So, and from what we've seen, that looks like, you know, what was going on. Okay? So strike 1, drunk, going up the one way, the wrong way. Strike 2, you're talking shit. You're wrong, you're loud, and you're wrong. You're talking shit and you're wrong. You're just fucking wrong. Step 3. Okay, this is the third thing that we need to consider. This man clearly was armed. He was pissed off, he was armed, and he was dangerous. These women tend to make really bad decisions, okay? These black women decisions are so bad that it can be a bad decision to deal with a black woman, because her decisions can affect you, okay? Get your ass killed out here, brother. You know, and that's something that doesn't need any further going into. Not only did she see the gun, but unwisely, she continued to antagonize the man. She got on the phone and called the police. You're going to call the white man on the white man, okay? You got to know where your ass is at in America, okay? It's just the reality of it. If I'm unarmed and I see that somebody is armed, okay, the last thing I'm going to do is antagonize them. You got to know when to fold them, and you got to know when to hold them. Okay? You can't be headstrong in every situation. That's just low-level wisdom right there. You know, some pearls of knowledge that these nigga bitches are very void of. Okay? They're void of this common sense shit. You know? So she stood there and called the police as if this man wanted to kill her or shoot her or take her life, as if the police would prevent that from happening. And I think we've seen a couple videos where women were attempting to do something similar of that sort, and to say the least, they didn't make it. And I have some stories firsthand myself that I may make a video about. I may make a video about it. I had a situation, you know, recently, in the last 2 weeks, and I made my point very clear in that situation, but it was very similar. You know, the police cannot save you women. In my last video, what did you see? You saw the police getting in on the action. He was putting a foot up that bitch ass in my last video, man. The police is fucking y'all up. These black women run to everything, submit to everything, anyone, everyone, except for the men of their own race, okay? And this is why you all are getting fucked up. And it's not hard to understand or see this, because if she was with her man, her husband, he would have de-escalated it, took control of the situation. She might not have been going down the one way, the wrong way. And it just wouldn't have got that far, you know? You know, and if anything, he at least would have stood up. I mean, I'm not going to say it's right, but maybe she would have had some type of defense. See, what these women say is, black men, where are you at? Black men, why aren't you defending as black men? No, where's her black man? Her black man is her defense. We all have our own woman or no woman, and it's by choice. We are responsible for, like I said in my last video, what submits to us, what is under our covering. You cannot automatically say because you are a black woman that all black men must band together to protect your dumb ass. Okay? When the same black man, you're putting us on child support, talking shit, swirling, pointing fingers, constantly saying you don't need us, and come on now. This isn't a small thing. This is a very, very common thing, and it's so common. It's like you have the audacity to even go there, to even say, "Black man, where you at?" No, where was her black man at? And most likely, we're just keeping it real here. She probably doesn't have a man because black women are single women. Because they don't know how to keep a man, because they lost their femininity. Black women are the men. They're like how can I say it, man? You women aren't fucking real women, man. Y'all lost touch with what being a woman is. Maybe you can put in some Sade mixtapes or some Celine Dion or something that oozes femininity and take notes. Maybe even memorize the lyrics and, use them as talking points to, different dating objectives, different men that you might be eyeballing. Maybe that might help you a little bit. But, this woman was single, and she made a dumbass decision, dealing with an armed man while she was already in the wrong. Okay. And the armed man slapped the phone out of her hand. Okay. At that point, it should have been made known that this dude didn't give a fuck. He just didn't give a fuck. He was in the road rage. He didn't care. Okay? Out of all things, this bitch could have did. And you women need to be accountable for the things that you do, because this could have turned out a whole different way. It could have turned out a whole different way. She could have avoided the Evander Holyfield blows and the Mike Tyson uppercuts. She could have avoided that shit, man. Okay? But she didn't. She escalated it, because that's what you black women like to do. You like to escalate things. You can't lose. It's like Jay-Z used to say, man, I can not lose. But you're fucking losing over and over and over and over. And it's happening more and more. And honestly, I enjoy seeing it, because what the black male space has been saying, you're proving it. You're doing nothing but proving it. That's why you have to filter these hoes, man. You have to filter the media. You have to filter these instances. You have to filter everything, because when she's getting her ass kicked in these nail salons, what she's doing, not paying for the job that was to be done. When she's getting her ass kicked in these weave stores, what is she doing? Not paying for the weave, stealing weave. When we can't defend you when you're fucking up. And we can't guide you into not fucking up if you're not listening, if you're not submitting. So what do? We stand back and let you do what you do. And what do? You get fucked up out here on these streets and cry boo-hoo about it. Come on, black woman. Come on now. You gotta keep it real here. And it's needless to say, not all. There's a small, very, 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 very small, almost non-existent percentage of you black women who are not feminists, who are not, with this fuckery, who are not Cardi B fans, who are not, twerkers, who are not ran through whores, who are not stupid, who are not single. Some of you are married, a very, very, very few amount of you. And some of you are married and not intending to take your husband through the ringer as well. So there are a few very small, almost insignificant, non-existent amount that this does not apply to. But, if that's the case, just, shut the fuck up and, just listen and be quiet. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about the majority, and it matters. And it is the majority, because this is what we're constantly seeing in the news, in the media. It's not a once in a blue moon thing. It's a constant. Everyone's fucking you up. Okay, so that means that something's constantly going wrong. And the problem is, drum roll, the problem is you. It's you. You can call for the simps to come save you from your bad decisions. And when they don't come and save you from your bad decisions, you can get mad at them for the things that you do. But at the end of the day, you have to live in this life, in your skin. You have to live in the bias that you have developed for yourself, which is pretty much being a loudmouth whore, an unruly whore. Okay? No man, no other nation of men want their woman to be like the black woman. Okay? No other nation of men want their woman to be strong and independent like the black woman. They don't. If their woman begins acting like a black woman, the stereotypical black woman, which we see in movies, in media, online, on Fly Height, on World Star, on the news, getting the foot pulled out their ass, you know, if their woman begin emulating signs of that nigger bitch matriarch behavior, they will disown their woman. They will beat the shit out their woman. They will correct their woman. So that tells you that something's fucking wrong here. You know, something's very, very, very wrong, and you're not figuring it out. Y'all not figuring it out. And everyone else knows it's wrong. That's why no one's saving you. That's why no one's fucking saving you when you're getting your ass handed to you. But back to this beat down, man. I'm gonna wrap it up on that shit. But where was I at with that? Sorry. I was ranting a little bit. Pretty much, man. You know, though this guy might have not been fond of black people, just like in my example of an individual who might be fond of cats but not fond of dogs, the reason of his attack wasn't because of that. It wasn't because she was a black nigger bitch. It's because she was acting like one. Okay? It's because she was acting like one. And he got charged. So essentially justice was served, I guess, to some extent here. It is funny because I bet he feels just like how a lot of black men felt. Coming home to a contentious bitch who won't shut the fuck up, who gets in your face, punches you in your mouth, and then when you put this bitch in her place, you're going off to jail, buddy. You're not going to have that firearm no more, buddy. You got I think you got a felony, man. You're done. You're going to turn in your guns, man. And he's going to wake up every day. These white men are going to really, really turn up on you, black woman. Because you just got a small victory out of that charge that this dude got charged with, man. Granted, he fucked you up, you know, but also granted, and this is the point of this all, it wasn't for no reason. It wasn't like what it was like in Jim Crow era and slave days, where, you know, you had the free slaves who lived in the country, or you had like, you know, the black family that, you know, when I say family, I mean man, woman, and children, you know, living in the South somewhere, and the white capes come out with the horses and the burning crosses fucking with you in the middle of the night. No. This wasn't that. That is a racist attack. Okay? This wasn't that. Okay? And even if it was that, you know, where the gender divide in the black community, you know, it's like, well, you're on your own. You know what I mean? Until collectively you black women learn how to, let me tell you what you need to do to get this protection that you oh so want. You need to, 1, acknowledge your fuckery. Number 2, apologize, bitch. You need to apologize, man. That's gonna be the hardest fucking thing. You can apologize to anybody else. You can apologize to the white man. You just had that one comedian chick, that hood rat bitch, Jess So Funny, whatever the fuck her name is. I don't know her name, man, but she's always cutting up and shit. She just got pressed out by some Islamic dudes, man, and she fucking wrote an apology. You know, these black women apologize to anybody, and Kid Organic covered that, man. You know, just to let you know where I got that information from. You know, I always try to put brothers on or reference, you know, other brothers. you know. But don't apologize to anybody but you, brother. But they need to do that. You need to learn how to shut the fuck up. You need to learn what being a woman is. And you need to, you know, it's not no 50-50. It's not no 60-40. It's not no 30-70. It's 100-0. That's you being in your place, okay? And you need to allow black men, quite frankly, to dominate you. You need to learn how to just shut the fuck up, okay? That's the biggest thing. That's what got her ass beat. Because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. And then she actually assaulted him first, which is crazy. I'm surprised he got charged. Like I said, man, that white dude's gonna wake up every day pissed off about that shit. And deep down inside, these white men are not happy about that. You gotta remember where your ass is at, man. You gotta remember where you are. You're in America. You know what I mean? Come on now. You're in this man's land. So that was an L for like all white men for real, man. You know what I'm saying? They all feeling that shit. And what it's going to do is cause them to be even more angrier with you. So we're going to see a lot more ass whoopings. You know, we're going to see a lot more of these ass whoopings, primarily from white men beating the shit out of black women. And I'm going to continue to not give a fuck about it. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the show. I'm going to enjoy the fireworks. I'm going to enjoy the knockouts. I'm going to enjoy it. I get a deep satisfaction out of it because it solidifies my views. It lets me know that I'm not crazy. It lets the manosphere know that the black manosphere know that we're not crazy. We know what the fuck we're talking about. We know what we're talking about because it's being manifested. Okay? And you women are going to have to learn accountability. Submission and accountability. Those will be the 2 words of the day for you black women. But I think it's honestly too far to come back. I don't think there is no coming back for you all. Maybe there's a chance for no, there's no fucking chance, man. It's too far gone. It's too far gone. Honestly, what needs to happen, like I said earlier, is a purge. I know y'all like, damn, Raw, the purge, man. What the fuck, dog? Yeah, a purge needs to occur. And the funny part is that it's going to occur, man. It's going to occur. And I don't mean it in a Hollywood sense, in the way that you see it in the movies. Partially so, but not entirely. People talk about these race wars, man. You know, white men are on their bigotry, you know, their white superiority shit, for the most part. And it shows, because there is legitimate, and it is beyond black and white, because he just had this asshole go into that mosque and just punish these Islamic people, man. Man, I saw the video, man. That shit was mad sad, dog. That shit was looking like a scene out of Call of Duty, dog. Like, he just went in there and just started laying people down, man. So what the white man and the black woman has a lot in common. They have a lot of fucking enemies, man. And it's funny because it's like we're seeing the two, the boss enemies. Like, you ever play the game and you ever get to the end of the game, it's like the boss. We're seeing the two boss enemies clash into each other, man. And it's just kind of beautiful. So that guy getting charged was kind of a win, Both of them lost. The black woman got another foot up her ass, which I think she enjoys because she seems to continue to do things to get a foot up her ass. And the white man took an L to the nigger bitch. But this is what he created. His dark laboratorium creation has turned on him. Okay? He created this shit. Literally, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers created feminism and gender divide and used these tactics to weaken the black community, and it's coming back around to bite him in his ass because now he got to deal with that shit. Black man said, MGTOW, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Stepping off, fuck this shit. We took our little licks and said, man, you know what? This shit ain't for us. And MGTOW and SYSBM and Ibmor, it was men stepping away from the plantation, man. And now, nothing really new is happening. And the nigga woman always, glorified, and deified white penis. But now they're dealing with each other on a more interpersonal level, And we're seeing the results of it. So the white man's kind of starting to go through with our woman what we've been going through with this bitch. And now his own judicial system is fucking him. His own system is fucking him over. So it's kind of beautiful in a very twisted way, man. You know? But yeah, man, you know, that wasn't really no racist attack, man. You can't keep pulling the race card on every little thing. And then even if it was, and you perceive it as that, what the fuck are you gonna do about it, man? What are you going to do about it? What are you gonna do about it? See, I'll tell you what the Raw is gonna do about it. You know? Hold on, I'm driving. Hold up, y'all. Fuck. I didn't know where I was for a moment. I'll tell you what the Raw is gonna do about it. All I can say is that I got a storage unit waiting on that day. And I had it for years. That's all I can say, man. And I probably shouldn't have said that. But, you know, racism does exist. It's going to boil over. It's going to be, you know, it's going to get violent. Because right now we got to consider that there's rule of law. There's court. There's police. There's laws. With this retail apocalypse and the financial system and just the instability of the economy and just so many things that are just getting worse and worse and worse, society in general is going to boil over. And when there's no rule of law, how the fuck you think it's going to go? And that day, that's when I think, you know, the brotherhood might have to I'm not going to say step up for the black community, but I say band together for each other more so. You see what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, in that day, if I see some, you know, nigga woman on the side of the street getting beat up by some white guy, and, you know, I'm kind of going to have the same feelings I got now. Like, well, where's your man? Where's your superhero simp? You know? I already got my responsibilities, dog. You're not my bitch. I'm not no. You killed the unity. It's done. There's no unity. It's done. There's no fucking unity, man. You killed it. You feminized the boys. You praise black men that wear dresses, man. Shut the fuck up, man. Go away somewhere. You know? So there's a lot more judgments coming for this nigga bitch, man. And, you know, I just want to chop it up on a little rant with the brotherhood. You know, I was pretty angry. I'm not going to say angry. Well, I had a little righteous indignation, man. Because it's like I'm so sick of the hypocrisy of it all, man. And we all are. We're all sick of this shit, dog. You know? But the truth will always prevail. And reality will always continue to manifest. You know? Stay grounded. Stay sound. Stay raw. Stay real. Fuck what the media gotta say. Fuck what these women gotta say. Their points are invalid. Filter the narrative, okay? Filter it through your brilliant mind. You're smart, okay? You're cognitive. You're a man. You have these abilities, okay? You know, and I guess till next time, shalom.